Welcome to Spring LIB.
Hello students, the oxidative phosphorylation energy system, that is also known as the aerobic energy system, because it requires oxygen to generate ATP. This energy system that is most efficient in terms of ATP production, and it is utilized during low to moderate intensity activities that last for longer duration, such as endurance running or cycling, etc. The process of oxidative phosphorylation occurs within the mitochondria of the cell, and it involves the use of oxygen to produce ATP from the breakdown of carbohydrate, fat, and proteins. So during this process, the electrons are passed through a series of electron transport chain, or we can say ETC proteins, generating a proton gradient that is used to power ATP synthase and generate ATP. One of the main advantages of the oxidative phosphorylation energy system is its ability to produce large amount of ATP with each molecule of glucose producing up to 36 to 38 ATP molecules. However, the downside of this system is that it is relatively slow to active, and it requires more time to produce ATP than the other two energy systems, that is ATP, PCR, and glycolytic systems. The duration of action of the phosphorylation or oxidative phosphorylation energy system is relatively long, and it can sustain activity for hours. This energy system is the primary system utilized during endurance events such as a marathon running, where the body needs to sustain a steady level of energy production for long periods of time. The use of glucose or glycogen as fuel for the oxidative phosphorylation energy system can have different effects on performance. Glycogen is the stored form of glucose in the muscles and liver, and it can be broken down into glucose to fuel the energy production. Utilizing glycogen as fuel allows for a greater capacity for energy production, as the glycogen stores a larger than glucose dose. However, the breakdown of glycogen requires more oxygen. and it is a slower process than the breakdown of glucose. So, utilizing glucose as a fuel that can allow for faster energy production, but the amount of energy available may be more limited. For the second question here, dietary protein must be consumed daily because nitrogen is lost in urine and feces. Here, when protein is broken down during metabolism, nitrogen is released in the form of ammonia, which is then converted into urea in the liver and excreted in the urine. Some nitrogen is also lost in feces as it is a component of non-digested dietary protein and of the intestinal cells and shed during the digestion. Therefore, in order to maintain nitrogen balance in the body, dietary protein must be consumed daily to replace the nitrogen that is lost through the urine and feces. I hope this video is useful for you. Thank you.